Did you know that at the age of 3 years old, your child's foot is still mostly cartilage? And then by the time they're at school, their foot is still fully developing into what it's going to be as an adult. This is why it's so important that you select the correct type of shoes for them. G'day, I'm Ryan. Welcome to the channel. Today we're going to be reviewing a pair of school shoes that I bought my daughter. Now, in my day job, I'm a chiropractor. At home, I want to make sure that I'm giving my kids the best start for their foot health and their overall health. So what we're going to check out today is an unboxing and review of this particular school shoe here. It's the Wyn School Kids by Vivobarefoot. It's in Obsidian Black and it's that really cute Mary Jane look style of shoe. Before we delve into the detail into why this might be a great school shoe and why I've got it for my own daughter, I've got a 15% off link in the description. So if you're looking at purchasing a pair of Vivobarefoots, feel free to use that link and you can save yourself 15% on the total price. As we open it up, this is what we get. As I said, it's got a leather upper, as you can see, with the strap over the top. It's got a wide toe box, as those Vivobarefoot shoes do. And I think when we start to look at the development generally of children's feet, the last thing we want to do is try and squeeze their toes into a narrow shoe box, which unfortunately some shoes do. Because at this stage of their life, they're still growing, their feet are expanding, they're stretching, we don't want to try and cramp them up into that small space. Now, the sole, when we look at it, is a 2mm depth, and then as you can see, these hexagons are 2 mils deep as well. So it's essentially an all-terrain type of sole that Vivobarefoot do, combining that flexibility and the sensation you can get from feeling the ground, and combining that with the grip that comes with this. And I think that's a really good balance for a school shoe. You're going to be in the playground, you're also going to be in the classroom, and running, sitting, there's a variety of different things you're going to be doing with it. So I think it's a great balance. We've got that classic flexible sole, you know, it completely folds up, everything's super flexible and it bounces back straight away. There's no creases or anything on the leather. It's a really good design that way. You'll probably hear over and over how Vivobarefoot's environmentally conscious and also looking at renewable and recyclable products. So the leather is from free roaming cattle sourced from small acre farms. The soles are made from both recycled and renewable materials. So I know they did a lot in terms of recycling plastic. In fact, I've got another video which I'll link that is a completely recycled shoe that Vivobarefoot do. Feel free to check that out. But essentially, I think in the hands as to how it feels and what my daughter says is this is an extremely comfortable shoe as well. She's been getting ready for school. She's just heading into kindergarten, so she's been wearing them around, just getting used to them. And she's running on the grass, on the concrete, she's sitting down in them, she's quite comfortable in them. She's not getting any blisters too, which is a really great sign for the first set of school shoes. The pricing is reasonably competitive with other leather shoes you might get. If you look on the website on sole distribution where I got these shoes from, they're going between about $89 and $100. And that's quite reasonable on the market at the moment. That's what we're seeing generally across the range. And of course, that 50% discount will save you a bit of money there too. So if you're finding this video really helpful, feel free to give this video a like. It really helps other people find this information. Now, for those wanting a bit more detail as to why I purchased this, as I said, in my day job, I'm a chiropractor. And chiropractors generally, and I think my philosophy to health generally, is that we were designed really quite in a clever way, and we want to try and return back to that in those areas that we can. And I think when we start to look at that from footwear particularly, we've really seen, I guess, through industrial revolutions and footwear design and marketing, that we've been putting more and more cushioning around our foot and reducing the amount of movement that the foot has. But we're finding more and more research now coming out showing that the way the foot works and its natural design of shock absorption, neurological information back to the brain, muscle control, really relies on the foot being in a more natural state in a sense. And barefoot is probably the most natural we can get on those uneven surfaces and things like that. Now, of course, there's a compromise because you need a sole there to protect your foot from sharp things. But I think when we look at what's out there, this sort of shoe really provides that good balance between protection from the ground, but also bringing it back as close as we can to allowing our foot to function in a natural way. Now, I think that's important for adults generally, but in kids it's even more important because their foot is still developing. As I mentioned at the start of the video, at the age of 3, even to 5, and all the way through 18, the foot is still developing skeletally. Now initially it's mainly cartilage, but it's continuing to ossify as we get older, and essentially what we do with our feet up until the age of 18, we're essentially going to be left with then in our life as adults. Everything from our arch and the shape of our foot and how our big toe works. And all those things are crucial for the longevity of our foot, our ankle, and then of course everything above that, our knees, our hips, and the rest of our spine and body. There's some really interesting research coming out that looks at particularly the developmental side of what happens with if we're putting really stiff, rigid shoes that are quite tight versus more minimalist shoes. And it looks at, first of all, neurology, so looking at all those little receptors in our foot that are giving our brain information and how that links to things like coordination, balance, and even it looks at how this affects children in the classroom, as well as things like muscle strength and arch support and the things like that. The really interesting one though was a decade-long study done out of the University of Bournemouth, but they looked at kids in the classroom, which looked at how they concentrated, how they behaved, and how they performed academically. The really interesting thing is they took shoes off children in the classrooms and had a control group that had their shoes on and just measured them as normal. The group that didn't have shoes on performed better in all these three areas, which I think they're still looking into the reasoning behind that. But obviously, if we can do stuff to bring people closer towards those outcomes as simply as removing shoes, what a great thing. So my final take on these shoes is, yeah, they're great. There's a reason I purchase them above other types of shoe for my kids. And really, I like the look of them. I think this is really cute for a young girl. They do make them, of course, in boys as well. And I've even got a pair of black leather ones that I wear at work. And I think they look quite classy too. So stay tuned for more and we'll catch up soon.